I went to school in Kenya until I was 14 years old. The day I came back home, there was a big party. People were dancing, eating, and drinking on the street. I asked my mother what was happening, and she said, "They are celebrating that you are becoming a woman." Agnes. This is a testimony of a girl, like so many others, living a special day in their hometowns, where they will be submitted to one of the cruelest rituals in the modern world. It's a long and painful process to purify their souls and make them marriageable. We will talk about this very controversial topic either for women or men that is now making the world separate in two radical opinions, taking the point of view of countries that allow it, making it part of their culture and by that part of their identity, and countries that are actually fighting against this kind of practice. First, let's explain the concept of identity. It is a social category determined by membership rules and characteristics, attributes, or expected behaviors. Tamir Baron, 2016. This is constructed by the context of your everyday, the values, ideologies, and philosophy. The dispute between the individual and the community in matters of conduct is a struggle that can be found in any aspect that involves the behavior of a member inside of it. Genital mutilation is not an exception. Otherwise, using the UNICEF definition, genital mutilation refers to all procedures involving partial or total removal of the external genitalia or other injury to the genital organs for non-medical reasons. Different forms of the practice occur in a huge variety of core groups, which involve cutting different parts of the genitalia. Often the term genital mutilation is only used for female genital mutilation, which is commonplace practice in several cultures in the African continent, but in our video we will also bring up male genital mutilation, which is often referred to as male circumcision. Now some information on the global current situation. In Africa, female genital mutilation is traditional in some tribal cultures in some countries such as Egypt, Sierra Leone and Ethiopia. The practice is often tied with religion and in this case Islam. The customs are different, but often the procedure takes place as a woman gets married. As for male genital mutilation, the practice is common worldwide in Judaism and Islam. In these cases, the procedure often takes place when the boy is a baby. The religious reasons behind the practice are many. In Judaism, the male genital mutilation is seen as a way to look godlike and is considered a way to connect with God. In Central African Republic, the female genital mutilation is part of the rite of becoming a woman. And the tradition continues strongly due to the social pressure from respected elder women in the communities in question. The pain caused by the procedure is considered a gift and a way to connect with Allah. Historically, however, the practice of genital mutilation predates both Judaism and Islam. There is global pressure against the practice of genital mutilation. The UNO has taken a stand for legally banning the practice, but only for female genital mutilation. This has been criticized widely, especially in the Nordic countries, where discussion has arisen concerning banning male genital mutilation. For instance, in Iceland, some hospitals have taken a stand on the issue by declining to do male genitalia procedures. So this is where the identity becomes a big deal. In Mexico, for example, it's common to do circumcision to newborn babies. We think it is just the right thing to do for tradition, religion, or we can hear people say on the street that it is making a boy more sexually resistant, so they should be thankful. Supporting the fact that it changes your body sensation and knowing that thousands of babies die in the practice for medical negligence. Otherwise, female genital mutilation is not an accepted procedure in Mexico. It is considered brutal, nonsense, and against human rights because of the psychological and physical consequences it could bring. Some of the psychological disorders men and women could experience are stress disorders, anxiety, depression, and in some cases memory loss. The physical trauma is immediate and it involves pain, shock, sensibility loss, and the use of physical force by those performing FGM. In 28 countries in Africa, it is common that the female genital mutilation, as in some other places from Asia, because it is part of the culture. The ritual remains inhuman, painful, and it doesn't allow anesthesia. It has to be done when the girls start their puberty, because they need to be a virgin when they get married, and they will never feel the pleasure of sex. In conclusion, even if the science has proven that genital mutilation is not complete, safe, every individual is free to believe in whatever they choose to. People construct their identities with traditions and values, but time and experience should prove these ideologies can change. Some places are more radical than others when it comes to tolerating different opinions. We have to accept that this may be a part of who they are, and they want to keep those kinds of rituals in their life. We must respect others' way of living, even if they are different from ours.